If you're looking to understand just how deeply the big tech companies are fucking us, might I suggest Cory Doctorow's enshittification. Enshittification is the process by which all of the big platforms are just becoming terrible. And the reason that Cory Doctorow became famous for coining this term, enshittification, is because it's not an accident that this is happening. It is built into the business model. The blog post on this was released last year, and the book is an expansion of the blog post. And in it, he goes through these 4 stages of enshittification, where at first we run at a loss and we're good for our users, and then we give that value over to the business investors. And then once everybody is tied to our platform, we make it really shitty for everybody, and we take all of that money and give it back to investors. And we can do that because everyone is stuck on our platform now. Either we're the only game in town, or we have sold you on our cloud storage, or all your friends exist on our social media and you can't leave, because then you would have to convince all your friends to leave. One of the main things I took away from this book is how vastly we are suffering from network effects, and how every big tech company is building in ways to chain you to its software. And Cory Doctorow does a really cool thing, which is he brings us back to the times of the early internet and reminds us that all of these protocols were built on the idea of open access to things. So that like email was built so that any service could forward an email for you. You wouldn't have to like subscribe to the email, because it was just a very simple protocol that was happening. And there's a really cool section in there about how the old tech giants, such as IBM, were really interested in controlling the way that you could interact with the network. And that the new wave tech companies sold themselves as freeing you. Not only freeing you, but not spying on you. Early Facebook sold itself as the social media that would not spy on you like MySpace does. And that now we're in this ever-intensifying age of spying that's just normalized. He makes this really cool point that computers are inherently sort of open source. We cannot make a computer that will not run any software that you put in it. And as much as companies would like to control whether your printer can run their authorized cartridges, anyone can still make those ink cartridges and they will work in your printer. But now copyright law that was designed in the early 2000s for music sharing laws is being used in all sorts of crazy ways by Amazon and Audible and by all manner of tech companies who want to make you pay for their products. And as big tech increasingly consolidates, we're coming to this moment where we might only have a few big email providers, a few big social media providers, one search provider. And when they know they have you, that's when they can make their product terrible. He heavily highlights how Google decided to make its search results worse so that you would have to search multiple times so that they could show you more ads. Google can only do that when it knows that it has 90% of the search market, that you will not leave its service to another competitor. If you want to get really radicalized around the idea of monopoly and healthy competition between companies, and like what happens to the economy when there is not healthy competition, and suddenly companies can just screw their customers as much as they want because they have ultimate control over them, then this book is for you. And after reading this book, I'm kind of like, yeah, we are looking ahead to a world in which email costs money, a world in which social media costs money. Like, these things have been $0 for so long, but over time, these companies are just consolidating and gobbling up more and more and looking for more and more profit. And because of it, things totally suck. And it's not because someone can't build a better software. And it's not because we can't make modular devices where you can just replace the battery so you don't have to buy a new phone every couple of years. This is happening because the law allows it to happen. But there's also a lot of examples of how we can get out of this, and that is what the last part of the book is devoted to. Cory Doctorow is really informed about online creative capitalism. He knows a lot about specifically publishing and book production and book rights. So if you're a digital creative, you might really like that information. And yeah, we gotta do something about this. I am not paying for email.